Okay, guys, this is going to be the project for today, which is November 12th, 2020, on Thursday. Preferably for my sixth graders, but it can be for anybody with You Draw What I Draw. This is specifically for their assignment for today, and we're going to get started. This is after you finish the project you were currently working on. I'm going to move my stuff around here. Okay. Now, we're going to start pretty close to the top of the page of my sketchbook. Now, I would like you guys to use the 18 by 24 inch paper, or no, the 12 by 18 inch paper on the second shelf of the gray cart. It's the stuff we usually do projects with, not the huge paper, not the tiny paper, but the middle size stuff, okay? So, we're going to start here at the top of the page, and I'm going to start by making this line. Remember, this is a You Draw What I Draw. Well, my pen's not quite making marks like I'd hoped. All right, there it goes. I'm going to come down to the right and stop right there. I'm going to go back and fill in this spot here. And then I'm actually going to go come down and to the left. And slope down here a little bit. So let's see if we can get that to focus for us. So there's the line you should have. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you've got this so you can see it a little better. So there's, just in case my camera wasn't focusing for you, there you should be able to see the line a bit better now. And I apologize ahead of time for my focusing problems with the camera. Phil says it's because it doesn't have real good light. Now, the next line I'm going to work on starts right about here. And it comes up and to the right a little bit. Oh, my pen's not working very well. I'm going to switch to my other pen. So I'll go back over that line, up and to the right. Then it comes down and to the right a little bit, and then up and to the right quite a bit more, like that. Okay, so there's the line you should have. And it looks like we're going to have plenty of space. Some of the picture might end up going off the page. Now, let's see, where can we go from here that I wouldn't completely give this away? Actually, I can go right here, and I can come down to the right, now back to the left, now down and to the left a little more, now back to the right, now back to the left, and then I'm going to come around like this. I'm going to go in like this and up, and that should do. Okay, so there's the lines you should have so far. I'm going to do another line over here, and it comes out and down and to the right, curls around, and it's going to come up, down again, come back, and we're going to call that one good. So this is what you should have so far. All right. Now there's a line right back here. It starts right about here, and it's going to come down, and then it's going to come almost straight down. It's got a little bend to the right, just a little, and then it's actually going to angle down now to the right quite a bit. That's going to kind of take a little jog there. I'm going to keep angling to the right, and that looks pretty good. So those are the lines you should have. Sorry, I ran off the page a little bit. I'll have to zoom out so you can see it all. There we go. So that's what it should look like so far. All right. Now, as I go into smaller areas, excuse me, I will try to make sure that I do not forget to zoom in for you. All right, so here we go. We're going to start right at the point of this line here. I'll try and turn my hand so you can see it. Okay, there's another line. First, we go up and to the right, and then we come down and to the right, and then we jog more to the right here. It should look like that. And then come down. And it should be right about here we come in. All right, so there we go. What in the world are we drawing? Holy smokes. Anyway, so now I'm going to go from here and I'm going to jump down to about here on my paper. And then I'm going to go down and to the left, then up and to the left, just like that. And then we're going to make a little jog up like that. So that should be your next line. Now I'm going to try and do most of this drawing in one video. I've never done that, so this could be a little longer than usual. Now I'm going to come down to the right here. And now I'm going to go up and to the left. Here we go. And we're going to come over here. And then we're going to slide around like so. And that is going to be what we want to do there. I don't want to give too much more away over in this section, so I think we better go up to the top of the page here and work a little bit up here. So, looks like we have a second line right here. And it goes up and to the right, and then down and to the right. It's kind of jaggedy. Kind of does one of these things. Then as it gets close here, it goes right over like this. Bang, hits that line. Holy smokes, what are we doing? All right, and then there's another line, and it starts right where that line ends. And it's going to come up and to the right. And there it goes right there. And then all of a sudden, bang, it's going to go even higher up and to the right. And come down like that. And end like that. So there's what we have so far. All right, now, oh, I don't know, any lines from here on out might give the whole thing away. Let's see. Now I got to pick something in here. Let's see, if I come to about here, if I'm right here, I'm going to come down and to the right, and then I'm going to slide further down, and then even further down again, and then I'm going to pop out with this curved line right about here. And then it comes back here, and then it comes up here to the left. Holy smokes, and now it's going to come back to the right. This is quite a line here. And I'm going to link up here. You might want to pause and take a look at this one, because it's a little tricky. Then it comes up like that. Then it comes down, in, right to there. Holy smokes, that's a kind of a confusing area, so I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to point to it. All right, so here's what we just did. We started up here, we came down and to the right, then we moved more drastically down and to the right, then back to the left a little bit, then curved back around, and then back. We went to the right and then the left, then back to the right, back to the left going up, and then back to the right coming over here, and then right around here, and then back to the right going this way. Or no, back to the left. Sorry, I'm getting my left and right confused. And then I go up into the left, then down into the left, and then back up into the left. Guacamole, that is one tough line. There is all sorts of stuff going on in this drawing. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to confuse myself. Anyway, back to the picture. I'm going to zoom out so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. That's the whole thing so far. That's what you should have. Now would be a good time to pause if you need to make up any lines. And let's see. I think we got it. Yeah, we got a few lines to add in here that I want to put in. This one's going to be a little longer than the line on the picture because my proportions are a little off, but not by too much. I'm going to bring another line up and to the right like so. And that's going to be good. All right, so there we go. We got a whole lot of stuff going on. So I think it's time to give you guys kind of a hint at what you're drawing. So I'm going to add a few things. First, I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to kind of curve back around like so to the right. Then I got to come back a little bit to the left. Come out like that. There we go. And now we're going to kind of come straight down. And we're going to keep going. We're right here. And then we're going to jaggedy out a little bit to the left. Come back down to the right. And then we've got kind of this line right here. I don't know if you can see what that is, but oh, we're getting close to giving it away. Now, we got this line here, but there's more to this. So it kind of, let's see, let me make sure I got it right. Yep, it comes down. And like that. And then there's a nice big straight line going back up and to the left. Oh, and we got another one coming down and to the right. And here we go, we're going back to the right. And then we got another little line here coming up. This is going to get confusing if I'm not careful. All right, here we go. And then I'm not going to add, but I'm going to make another line right here. And it's going to flare out like so. Oh, did I miss? Oh, there we go. I guess I didn't miss. Okay, so we're doing okay. I'm going to zoom in so you can get a closer look at what we just did so that it's not holy smokes confusing. Let's go one more notch in. Okay, that's as far as I can zoom in. So I started here and I came down real slow and to the right. And then bang, I hit this point and I went back up and to the left. And then I slid over to the right here and then I came back down and to the right more drastically. And then I came over to the right and then back up to the left. Hit this little jaggedy here. Then I jumped over here and came down to the right again. Holy smokes, we got a lot going on. Anyway, so that's what we've got so far. Now I'm going to keep working on this section. So now would be a good time to pause the video if you need to get kind of caught up with what's going on. All right, if you're not going to pause, I'm going to keep on rolling. So I'm going to start right at this point here, right there on that tip of that line, right there. And I am going to come down and to the right, and as I get closer to the end of that line, the lines are going to get closer together. And I don't know, maybe you're figuring it out. I don't know, that's a pretty big close-up. So now if you still need to work on it, again, it'd be a good time to take a pause and just take a look at it right at that point. If not, I'm going to slide my paper down because I want to keep you kind of zoomed in. All right, this is going to give it away. I know it is. And I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to go to the right and down a little bit. Holy smokes, here it comes. We're going to give the whole thing away, the whole shooting match. And then we're going to come down and to the left. And there's that. And then there's another little line right here. And it's going to come out like so. And then we got that. And then we got to put the top line in. I think you know what we got now. Pretty obvious. There's that. And then there's a little bottom line here. Holy guacamole, it looks like a horse. Hippo? Gopher? Man, I'm having trouble figuring out what it is, and I'm doing the drawing. That's pretty scary. Anyway, looks like a gopher to me. So here we go. I'm going to add some more lines. So this line right here is a shadow, so we're going to connect here. Then we're going to come up and to the right. Then we're going to jump up like that. And then we're going to jump up like this. And then there's this curvy thing. All gophers have them. Curvy thing comes around like that. Yeah, looks like a pretty good gopher. I got his line here. Or maybe it's a hippo. I'm not real sure. Somebody's going to have to help me when I get back on Monday. I don't have any COVID symptoms, but I sure can't figure out this leopard I'm drawing. It's getting confusing, man. So we're coming down like this. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking gopher. Okay, so we're going to go back up here to the gopher's eye, or the hippo, or the leopard, or whatever it is. And we're going to come around like so. Now we're going to come down like this. Now remember, this is not a perfect drawing. In fact, there's a spot. I'm going to show it to you right now. It's bugging the dirt out of me. Right here is too pointed. Now, last time I checked, hippopotamuses did not have pointed heads like this. They were more rounded off like this. So we're going to round that off like so. But because Mr. Hayes is crazy and he's using a pen, this is the kind of hippo we end up with. So I need to back up the camera so we can take a look at everything. Oh, I got to finish a line first because I look at the picture and this hippo or leopard or whatever it is has to go like that. Now I'm going to back out of here a little bit. This would be a good time. Well, I'm going to pause here for a second. So if you need to stop and get caught up, this would be a good time to do it. Now we're going to back up and show you this. Man, that is the best looking horse I have ever drawn. Wow. Anyway, I need to come back to school. I miss you guys. Anyhow, so let's work over here a little bit. So we're going to connect right here, and we're going to come way, 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 way up and to the right here. And then we're going to come back down and to the left. I think this must be the penguin's flipper. Oh no. That is the best looking duck I've ever drawn. Anyway, I gotta keep going because we're not done. And so I'm going to zoom in again because we're going to work in a specific area. So now would be a good time to pause if you need to see the video and take a little break. All right, I'm really trying to get this done for you before class today. Not going to lie, slept in a little bit. Probably should have had my work done earlier, but you know how it is. Here we go. So we're going to start right. See where this little area is here where it juts out and comes back? Well, that's where we're going to start, just above that. So we're going to come down and to the left. And then we're going to come up And then we got the really thin line, and we're going to go off the page. Holy guacamole, what are we doing? Man, cross-eyed art teachers get all goofed up. This is coming back the other way, down and to the right. And then it's going to come this way. Then it's going to come up. And then it's going to come over. So that looks pretty good. That's what we got. Now, we got another kind of a shape we got to put in right here. And it comes down. And then it kind of fades away right here. But then there's a more of a good line right here. I think it must be the other foot of the orangutan we're drawing. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to come up and to the left and down like so. Back to the right. And we're going to go off the page again. Holy moly, what are we doing? Well, just to see what we're doing, let's zoom out so we can see the whole page. And then I think this, if I adjust my sketchbook, there. That is the best looking basset hound I have ever drawn in my life. If you haven't figured out, it's really not a basset hound or a hippo, but I get confused. Anyway, I got to zoom in a little bit, and we're going to zoom in and work in this area a little bit. I don't want to zoom in too much more because I don't want to lose what I'm working on. Okay, so we've got a spot right here. I'm trying to angle my hand around so you can see it, where this line ends. And we're going to come down and to the left a little. And then we're going to pick up another line that comes in like this and kind of connects right here. And then it stops. And then there's another line right underneath it that kind of goes like that. A little wiggly, but that's okay. We don't mind wiggly. It's going to come out like this. And then it's going to flare up. At least that's what I think it's doing. And it's going to come down like so. We're going to come up and around, and we're going to pick up another line coming back the other way here pretty quick. And it's going to go right like this. And it's going to come in and bang! It's going to hit that line right there, and we're going to stop. And then another line is going to get picked up right here. And it's going to head on in toward this line. So that looks pretty good right there. Just take a minute. If you need to pause the video, this would be a good place. And then we're going to put in another one here. Well, this is kind of a fuzzy line, so I'm not going to put that in. I'm only going to put in where the sharp lines are. So we're coming in. We're coming back around. Bang. We're there. We're kicking out here. We're coming back like so. This line is coming in like this. You can kind of see what we're doing here. We're putting in the wing like that. And there's another feather kind of right in front of this guy, like right here. And it's got to come down and in like that. Getting a little confused myself. I gotta make sure I'm on the right lines. Holy guacamole. What am I gonna do? Then it comes back like that. And we're gonna slide out. We got a big old feather right here. Who knew seahorses had feathers? Holy smokes. What are we doing here? What we are going to do here in a second is stop so you can get caught up. Because sometimes I go a little bit wonky and take off, and I forget that I'm drawing a you draw what I draw, and I just want to get this drawing done. So there's a second for you to pause the video if you'd like. Get my big mitts out of the way so I'm not blocking your view. But now we're going back. So here we go. We're going to go from here We're going to go down and in. The nice thing about having a YouTube channel that I'm realizing is that this might be for my 6th graders today, but anybody, 6th grade, 7th grade, high schooler, old fart, young fart, any kind of fart you can think of, can go ahead and draw with me off the YouTube channel. All those other teachers who swear up and down that they can't draw, but boy, you tell them you can't math or you can't English and they throw a fit. They could actually work on this too. Because I'm not getting this absolutely perfect. Heck, nobody does that. There's errors in this drawing, so don't worry about it. What we're looking for is your version of this duck or bird, or hippo, whatever. Anyway, we want your version, not mine, not the pictures version. If I wanted a photograph of it, I'd just take a photograph of it. As you can see, there are a lot of feather lines in this picture. I mean, they are all over the place. And this bird is one crazy looking bird. All right, so looks like, yes, we are matching up with our bottom of our wing. So we're gonna come in here and put some of these other feather shapes in. Now, if there are other teachers watching this video, don't want them getting all upset with me, but you know, they wouldn't let me get away. And when I was in school, when I said I didn't math very well, or I didn't English very well, or I didn't history very well, and got mad, made me do it anyway. So here's for all of you teachers who swear up and down you can't draw. Nobody in the world could ever teach you how to draw. Trust me, if I can learn college algebra, you can figure out how to draw. And if you give me 20 minutes and a good attitude, I'll get you drawn. Anyway, so we're just filling in our wings. I better lift this up so you can see it. I'm going to pause for a second because I didn't realize I was kind of off the page. So we're going to keep putting these guys in, and I'm going a little bit fast, so you might want to pause this. It's kind of a repeating pattern down here with the wings. So we want to get those in for you. I'm still looking at them, so I'm not staring at my paper. Remember, I chew out you guys for looking at your hands. Your hand, this thing is your hand is not what you're drawing. You got to be looking up here at this guy. All right, so here we go. Here we go. We're kind of closing in on it. I'm speeding up a little bit because I kind of want to get this one finished. Because I got one more to do for the 7th grade yet today. I don't know if it's going to be a hippo, a duck, a horse, a car. Who knows? All I know is I get confused. So I just got to keep drawing until I figure it out. Anyway, so here we are. We're getting a little closer. And that is a pretty good spot to stop and let you get caught up because there's a lot of lines in here. So whoever's running the camera or the YouTube channel, go ahead and pause it right now and give these guys a second to kind of figure this out. And I'll get my hands out of the way. We'll zoom out and take a look at what I have so far. And this is what we're looking at right now. Not too bad a drawing. It's actually really turning out pretty well. This bird has some serious attitude. So we're going to zoom back in. We're still working in this wing area here. We're going to define it a little more. We're at almost 30 minutes, so we're getting to the point where I'm going to have to pause the video and upload what I have. So right now I want to work over here under this feather, and we got another feather coming off this way, and it's going up and to the right, and I'm afraid it is going to run almost off the page. Yep, right there. See, and it comes down and to the right a little, and we're going to pick up the rest of that line right here, and we're going to come back down. So we've run off the page on both sides. Holy smokes. What are you going to do with a cross-eyed art teacher? Oh boy. Anyway, you can't be taking away my birthday. I'm getting to be an old fart. And my birthday's coming up, so that doesn't get to be taken away even if I mess up. There we go. I'm kind of liking that. All right. Now there is a pattern, kind of a light pattern going across these feathers. So I'm going to try and put that in. So we're going to come down like this, down like this, down like this, down like that. And we're going to keep coming and come down. And then we're going to come back around. And then there. And then it jumps. And then it's here. And then it comes down and it's kind of fuzzy. So it should look something like that. Okay? Now remember, we're not putting any shadows in. This is all lines. Now, I kind of want to zoom in one more time and kind of center the eye here, because there is a little bit of a glare in the eye. We want to put that in. So it's just a little mark here and a little mark here. And that's going to do for the eye. Now, I'm trying to finish up the body here. So we're going to slide up. So I'm going to move this now. And, oh, actually, I'm going to fix his head a little bit. It's got a little more of a curve to it than I actually put in there. So that's a little better. Remember, there's a little point here. Ignore that. You guys have erasers, so you can just take it right out of there. And let's see. Yeah, looks pretty good. Actually, there's a little shape right here that I need to get in. It kind of comes up to the right and then down and to the right. There we go. It's kind of like that. Okay, that looks good. Now let's work on the belly a little bit. So we're going to go right under here. This is a little too big area. This area probably should have ended up here, but for this drawing, we're just going to leave it where it's at. I kind of like it anyway. So I'm going to come down, and I'm going to come up to the left. It's kind of jaggedy, and we're going to come in like so. We're going to come back down and back up, and let's see. And then there's a light line here that kind of comes down. I want to make sure that I'm on the page. And it comes in like this. I got to admit, birds are some of my favorite things to draw with the You Draw What I Draw. Okay, we got a couple of shadows we can outline. Oh, sorry. Go ahead and pause right there and take a look at it if you need to. And then we got a bird here. We got a shadow here coming off the beak, kind of under the beak and on the chest. It comes down, and then it goes back up, and it's coming back down into the left a little bit, and it's just going to connect right into there. We got a couple other lines right in here. We're getting close. I got to kind of finish up here pretty soon because I still have to do another drawing for the 7th grade. And again, it doesn't matter. If you're a 7th grader, you're a 6th grader, you can work on this to your heart's content. They're equally as challenging. I just wanted something different for each class to be working on. Okay, we're going to come up and to the left, and there's a little shadow line underneath here. We're going to come down to the right a little, and we're going to come down like that. We're going to come in like that. And I'd say we got a pretty good looking bird here. Anyway, I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole thing. There's other parts to this bird too, and I will show you the picture when I get back to school. But here is what we have. We've been working on this drawing for approximately 35 minutes. You guys are awesome. I swore it was a hippo, thought it was an elephant and a horse, and man, I was so confused the whole time. And there are a few more lines I want to throw in here real quick. I thought I was done, but I see an area that I just have to deal with. So we've got the tail here. And so we're going to bring in some lines coming up here. Like so. And then we're going to bring in another line here. Like that. It comes back. Holy smokes, this is looking like an awesome bird. And I think I'm going to have to call it done here pretty quick. Yeah, I just don't dare spend any more time on it. There's some things I want to do, but, well, here, let's quick put this in. So here we go, here we go, here we go. I know Hayes is never going to make up his mind whether he wants this done or not. And so we're going to go here, and then we're going to come up like that, and then there, and we're going to go here, and we're going to come up like that. Now this is totally time to take a break and take a look at this and see what you think. Anyway, that's my drawing for today. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole thing. We are at 36 minutes, so this should be enough to keep you guys busy for the sub for at least most of the class period. Be nice, be polite, no gossip, and I will see you guys on Monday. Love you. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, be smart, and have a great rest of your day.